Doctor explains, drink water like this to support blood sugar and diabetes health. For decades, doctors and health magazines have repeated the same tired advice. Drink 8 glasses of water a day, or even worse, just drink when you feel thirsty. But if you are in your golden years and you are quietly fighting the daily battle of blood sugar prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, that advice is not just outdated, it is actually dangerous. Waiting until your mouth is dry and you finally feel thirsty means your body is already in a state of dehydration, and when your body is dehydrated, the blood volume drops and the sugar in your bloodstream becomes highly concentrated. Instead of flowing smoothly, it becomes like a thick, sticky syrup trying to push its way through your delicate veins. Welcome to Sacred Artery. Today, we are going to explore a truth about hydration so simple yet so profoundly effective it has been hidden in plain sight. We understand the quiet burden you carry every single day, the constant silent worry when you look at a simple plate of food, the heavy invisible blanket of fatigue that suddenly drops over your shoulders in the middle of the afternoon. You feel that familiar dull ache and stiffness in your joints when you wake up, and that lingering brain fog that makes it hard to focus on a joyful conversation with your family. Please know this: you are not failing. Your body is simply asking for a different kind of support, a gentle ancient way of cleansing from the inside out. In the modern medical world, we are constantly handed prescriptions designed to chemically force our blood sugar down. But we are rarely taught how to naturally wash that excess sugar out of our system. High glucose levels are deeply abrasive. They act like microscopic shards of glass, quietly scraping against the sacred arteries of your heart, your eyes, and your fragile kidneys. It creates a quiet, accumulating rust inside your body. But water, when consumed in a very specific, deliberate way, acts as a powerful healing river. It dilutes the rust. It soothes the fiery inflammation. Today, we are going to explain exactly how to drink water to actively support your blood sugar and diabetes health. We are not just talking about blindly drinking more water. We are talking about the exact timing, the precise temperature, and the forgotten ancient additions that transform an ordinary glass of water into a natural medicine for your aging metabolism. You are about to discover how a few simple sips taken at the perfect moment can gently coax your blood sugar back into peaceful harmony. Long before the invention of synthetic medications, our ancestors revered water as the ultimate healer. In ancient Ayurvedic traditions of India and the early medical texts of the ancient Greeks, water was never viewed merely as a way to quench thirst. It was understood to be living water, a vital carrier of life force that flushed out disease and restored internal balance. In biblical times, flowing water was symbolic of profound purification and healing. They did not have the microscopic lenses we have today, but they intrinsically knew that stagnant fluids breed sickness, while flowing water brings vibrant life. Now, let us look through the modern lens of clinical science and see exactly why this ancient wisdom is profoundly true for your blood sugar today. When you consume carbohydrates or sugars, your digestive system breaks them down into glucose. This glucose enters your bloodstream to be used for energy. But here is the critical physiological mechanism. The concentration of sugar in your blood is directly tied to the volume of fluid in your vascular system. If you are even mildly dehydrated, your overall blood volume shrinks. The actual amount of sugar in your veins has not changed, but because there is less fluid, the concentration of that sugar spikes dramatically. Think of it like mixing a teaspoon of sugar into a tiny teacup of water. The water becomes overwhelmingly sweet and thick. But if you take that exact same teaspoon of sugar and dissolve it into a large flowing pitcher of water, The sweetness is completely diluted, it is barely noticeable. This is exactly what happens inside your arteries. When your blood is dehydrated and thick, it puts an immense exhausting strain on your pancreas. The pancreas must pump out larger and larger amounts of insulin to force that concentrated sugar into your cells. Over time, this constant overproduction leads to cellular fatigue and insulin resistance. But when you properly hydrate, you are offering a profound sigh of relief to your internal organs. You are gently expanding your blood volume instantly, diluting the glucose concentration. You allow your blood to flow freely and effortlessly like a clear mountain stream. Your beautiful, hard-working pancreas, which has been struggling so bravely to keep up, finally gets to rest. It no longer has to force insulin through thick, sticky syrup. Clinical studies now clearly show that individuals who maintain proper daily hydration have a significantly lower risk of developing severe hyperglycemia. By drinking water correctly, you are not just quenching your thirst, you are actively lowering your blood sugar concentration. You are giving your cells the liquid space they need to breathe, to heal, and to naturally wash away the metabolic ash that causes you to feel so heavy and fatigued. You open your eyes in the quiet of the morning. The house is still, but your body feels incredibly heavy, as if you have been working all night. Your mouth feels dry, perhaps a little bitter, and you feel that deep, familiar stiffness in your hands and knees. Before your feet even touch the floor, a complex biological process is already underway. It is known in the medical world as the dawn phenomenon. Your liver is releasing a natural surge of glucose into your bloodstream to give you the energy to wake up and start your day. But here is the missing piece of the puzzle. You have just gone 6 to 8 hours without a single drop of liquid. You are waking up in a state of clinical dehydration. When your liver releases that morning glucose into a dehydrated bloodstream, it creates an immediate sharp blood sugar spike. This brings us to the most crucial timing of your day: the golden window of morning hydration. Before you reach for that comforting cup of coffee, before you eat a single bite of toast, your body is begging for a morning wash. Drinking 16 to 20 ounces of pure water immediately upon waking acts like a gentle reviving morning dew on a dry, withered garden. It flushes the stagnant toxins that have accumulated in your liver overnight. It instantly dilutes that morning blood sugar spike, calming your entire metabolic system and bringing peace to your pancreas before the day even begins. The second crucial window of timing is how you drink around your meals. Modern clinical research has revealed a simple yet miraculous habit. If you drink a large glass of water exactly 30 minutes before you sit down to eat, you can dramatically blunt your post-meal blood sugar spike. This pre-meal hydration does two remarkable things. First, it preloads the stomach, sending gentle satiety signals to the brain through the vagus nerve. Second, and more importantly, it prehydrates the vascular system. By the time the carbohydrates from your meal enter your blood, the water is already waiting there, acting as a liquid buffer to absorb and dilute the incoming glucose. However, there is a profound ancient wisdom we must respect when it comes to the meal itself. In the traditional healing system of Ayurveda, digestion is viewed as a sacred fire known as Agni. If you have built a beautiful, warm fire to break down your food, you would never suddenly dump a heavy bucket of water onto the flames. The modern scientific equivalent of this fire is your stomach acid. Your body requires highly concentrated hydrochloric acid to properly break down proteins and extract nutrients. If you drink large glasses of water during your meal or immediately after you finish eating, you wash away those essential digestive enzymes. You extinguish your digestive fire. This causes food to sit heavily in your stomach, leading to uncomfortable bloating, acid reflux, and a delayed, unpredictable blood sugar spike as the food slowly ferments instead of digesting smoothly. Drink your water deeply and generously 30 minutes before your meal. During the meal, take only tiny, delicate sips to simply clear your palate. Then wait for 1 hour after you take your last bite before you resume your deep hydration. This simple shift in timing respects your body's delicate internal chemistry. Imagine reaching for a glass of ice-cold water on a warm afternoon. It feels refreshing in the moment, but for an aging body, especially one managing the delicate balance of blood, sugar-gulping ice water is like throwing freezing water onto a warm, fragile engine. In traditional Chinese medicine, cold water is believed to shock the stomach and halt the flow of vital energy. Today, modern physiology confirms this ancient belief. When ice-cold water hits your stomach, it causes an immediate constriction of your blood vessels. This is known as vasoconstriction. Your body suddenly has to divert precious energy away from digesting your food and away from balancing your insulin just to warm that freezing water up to your internal body temperature. It shocks the vagus nerve, pulling your nervous system out of a state of rest and repair and into a state of mild biological stress. Instead, we must embrace the profound soothing power of warm or room temperature water. Imagine pouring a gentle warm stream over a piece of hard crystallized honey. Watch how it slowly melts, softens, and flows. This is exactly what warm water does to the sticky, concentrated sugar in your bloodstream. It gently dilates your sacred arteries, expanding them so that your blood can flow with a soft, peaceful rhythm. It acts as a warm, comforting blanket for your nervous system, signaling to your body that it is safe, secure, and ready to heal. And it is not just the temperature, but the pace. Do not gulp your water. When you chug a large glass all at once, your kidneys are overwhelmed and simply flush the water out immediately. You must sip it slowly, deliberately, giving your tissues the time they need to truly absorb the hydration. To elevate this daily ritual, we can look to ancient additions that have been proven by modern clinical science to actively stabilize blood sugar. Consider adding a small dash of true Ceylon cinnamon to your warm water. For thousands of years, cinnamon was considered more valuable than gold, used by ancient herbalists to spark circulation. Today, researchers have discovered that the active compounds in cinnamon actually mimic insulin. They knock on the doors of your cells, opening them up to receive glucose directly from the bloodstream, which naturally lowers your circulating blood sugar levels. You might also add 1 single teaspoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. This ancient fermented tonic contains a powerful compound called acetic acid. Clinical studies reveal that acetic acid slows down the rate at which food leaves your stomach. By gently delaying this gastric emptying, it prevents carbohydrates from rushing into your bloodstream all at once, effectively flattening the sharp post-meal glucose spike. Finally, to truly hydrate at a cellular level, add just a tiny crystal of unrefined Celtic sea salt to your morning glass. We have been taught to fear all salt, but heavily processed. Table salt is completely different from natural, mineral-rich earth salts. Your cells require trace minerals like magnesium and potassium to open their membranes and let the water inside. Without these minerals, water simply flushes right through you. A single microscopic crystal of ancient sea salt provides the necessary electrical charge to pull that healing water directly into your thirsty, tired cells. Deep inside your lower back, resting quietly on either side of your spine, are 2 of the most magnificent, uncomplaining organs in your entire body: your kidneys. In traditional Eastern medicine, the kidneys are considered the root of life, the deep well of your vital energy holding the essence of your longevity. But when you are living with elevated blood sugar, these beautiful, delicate filters are forced to work a grueling, exhausting overtime shift, day after day, night after night. You might not feel their silent, desperate struggle, but you feel the result of it, that heavy, waterlogged feeling in your legs and ankles at the end of the day, the sudden crushing exhaustion that makes you want to close your eyes and surrender. Think of your cardiovascular system as a vast, intricate network of pristine, flexible silver pipes. These are your sacred arteries. They are designed to deliver life-giving oxygen and nutrients to your beating heart, your precious memories in your brain, and down to the very tips of your toes. But when excess glucose remains trapped in your bloodstream, it undergoes a destructive chemical process called glycation. This process turns that sweet floating sugar into something deeply corrosive. It acts exactly like rust forming inside a beautiful metal pipe. Slowly, quietly, this microscopic rust begins to stiffen the soft walls of your blood vessels. It creates tiny abrasive scratches, causing chronic systemic inflammation. Over time, the vibrant warmth of your blood flow begins to cool. The circulation to your feet and hands begins to fade, leaving them feeling numb and cold. This is exactly where your kidneys perform a heroic biological intervention to save your sacred arteries. When the concentration of glucose in your blood reaches a specific threshold, your kidneys realize the danger. They open their microscopic filtering units known in modern science as the glomeruli, and they begin aggressively dumping that excess sugar directly into your urine to force it out of your body. It is a brilliant life-saving defense mechanism. But to flush that thick, rusty sugar down the drain, your kidneys must pull massive amounts of water from your surrounding tissues, your resting muscles, and even your brain. This is the hidden reason why high blood sugar causes such profound, unquenchable thirst. Your body is desperately pulling the very moisture out of your own cells to wash away the toxic rust. It leaves you feeling dried out, brittle, and deeply bone-achingly fatigued. Your knees and hips lose their natural fluid lubrication, becoming stiff and painful with every step. Your mind feels clouded with a heavy gray fog. But when you drink water using the mindful, deliberate methods we have discussed, you step in to rescue your exhausted kidneys. By providing a steady, gentle stream of warm, mineral-rich hydration, you give your body the exact tool it needs to flush out the glucose effortlessly. You are no longer forcing your system to steal water from your joints and your brain. You are literally washing the rust from your arteries, bathing them in pure, cleansing fluid. The internal inflammation begins to cool. The fiery, abrasive sugar is safely and gently carried out of your system. You are protecting the delicate microscopic vessels in your eyes. You are shielding your heart. You are performing an act of profound daily self-love, cleansing your internal world and preserving the sacred, peaceful flow of your life. Now, let us bring this profound wisdom into the gentle rhythm of your daily life. You do not need to completely overhaul your habits overnight. In the medical world, we know that sudden, drastic lifestyle changes shock the nervous system and rarely last. Healing is not about force. It is about taking small, deliberate steps that honor the beautiful aging vessel you live in. Here is a simple, actionable daily ritual to support your sacred arteries grounded in both ancient tradition and modern physiology. When you first open your eyes before the rush of the day begins, pour yourself a large glass of warm or room-temperature water. Add that single microscopic crystal of Celtic sea salt, perhaps a delicate dash of Ceylon cinnamon, or a small teaspoon of raw apple cider vinegar. Sip it slowly. Do not rush. Feel the warmth washing away the metabolic ash of the night, comforting your stomach, and gently waking up your liver. 30 minutes before your lunch and your dinner, drink another generous glass of pure water. This is your biological armor. It prepares your vascular system to gracefully accept and dilute the incoming glucose from your meal. While you are eating your food, take only the smallest delicate sips simply to clear your palate, allowing your concentrated digestive fires to break down your nutrients efficiently. Then simply wait for 1 hour after your final bite to resume your deep hydration. By embracing this timed mindful hydration, you are quietly transforming your internal environment. You are lowering the heavy burden on your tired pancreas, softening the sharp edges of circulating blood sugar, and giving your precious kidneys the soothing relief they have been begging for. In just a few days, you may begin to notice the heavy fog lifting from your mind, the morning stiffness slowly melting from your knees and hands as the systemic inflammation cools. Do you remember the quiet early mornings in your grandmother's kitchen, the soft, comforting whistle of the heavy kettle on the stove, the slow, deliberate way she would pour a warm cup of herbal water, wrapping her worn, loving hands around the ceramic mug as she watched the sun come up? There was a profound, unspoken peace in that simple act. She inherently knew the healing power of slowing down, of warming the body from the inside out, and of treating the first drink of the day as a quiet blessing. We have simply lost touch with that gentle morning grace in our modern, rushing world. I would love to invite you to return to that peace. In the comments below, please share your own nostalgic memories of those quiet kitchens, or tell us which gentle ingredient you plan to stir into your warm water tomorrow morning. Your story, your experience, and your voice are a vital part of this healing community, and your words might provide the exact comfort someone else needs to read today. Take a deep, slow breath. Honor your beautiful, resilient body, and may your sacred arteries flow with vibrant, peaceful life.